The civil war within the YSL label continues to escalate. Gunna has long been released from custody, and one would think that all speculations about whether he is a snitch should have ended, but they haven't. As long as Young Thug, who is still in prison, doesn't speak up, Gunna's position remains shaky, and it seems that the artist himself understands this perfectly. After his release, Gunna started working on an album that was just recently released. The entire release, titled A Gift and a Curse, sounds like an apology, as if Gunna is trying to redeem himself. Overall, it's a dark time for the label, and as the Atlanta police believe, the YSL gang. Not only is the organization now falling apart from within because some artists are starting to snitch on their accomplices, but unexpected deaths, such as Lil Keed's passing, have also been added to the mix. In this video, we will talk in detail about Gunna and what could happen to YSL. So let's get started. 2022 spared no one, and for Gunna, the rap star from Atlanta who just a year and a half ago seemed unstoppable, it became a test for specific reasons. Let's take a brief look back. At the beginning of last year, Gunna was dominating both the charts with his album DS4 Ever and the trending lists on social media thanks to the launch of the popular meme Pushin' P. By spring, the police arrested Gunna and Young Thug. They were charged with involvement in an organized criminal enterprise, which is referred to as the YSL label, to which Gunna belongs. Gunna and 27 other individuals faced a total of 56 charges, including violations of the RICO Act, a law targeting organized crime, carrying substantial prison sentences. In winter, Gunna was released thanks to an Alford plea, which allows him to maintain his innocence while acknowledging that the prosecution has enough evidence. Gunna emphasized that his guilty plea does not mean cooperation with the investigation against other defendants. However, many were not convinced. Lil Durk, who had previously collaborated with Gunna, now refers to him as a rat, and people online believe that the only way the rapper could have gotten home so quickly is if he snitched on his companions to the police.
Believe that Gunna told that man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told you should have went in there and kept your mouth closed. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to reverse it. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, I just said, I never. Must have scared you. I'm like, yo, how did? Huh? I'm like, I don't even gonna like. Hell no, I never like. I'm following. I don't know. I never like. Why I didn't? I don't know. I just don't take that shit, Instagram, and all that shit type of shit serious. But if you a rat, you a rat.
This entire situation became one of the main intrigues of the album A Gift and a Curse. What will Gunna say in his defense? Will he even address this topic? There's a sense that this album is not aiming for the charts. It has no features and carries a rather somber mood. It aims for the hearts and ears of people who want to hear the artist's version of what happened. Gunna has repeatedly commented on the arrest incident. In the track I Was Just Thinking, for example, there are lines where Gunna directly states that Young Thug and everyone else are lying and that he didn't snitch on anyone to the police.
Oh, you hear the lies, it's your little brother my fault. Yeah, I had copped out, but don't let them say I told.
It feels like Gunna approached the album recording with a mindset as if his entire career and future depended on these 15 songs. Well, perhaps that's actually the case. Interestingly, none of the YSL Records residents supported Gunna's new release, and Young Thug's sister even made a noticeable gesture. She posted the cover of Sergio's release and placed a link to Tagger's upcoming drop underneath, implying that Gunna is no longer welcome in Young Thug's family. As for what another member of YSL, artist Mondo, said about Gunna, here's a quote. "Yes, I heard your album, homie. Yes, you make good music, but you snitched on your homie. I can't take you seriously when you rap about street matters. You'd better join a church choir. You're no longer part of the streets, I guarantee."
No, I'm my MO. If you don't go with me, don't do what I do. Think you the one, but he really the two. Better get low when I...
Gunna began teasing his upcoming album a long time ago with the track Bread and Butter. Many were convinced that, among other things, the artist was responding to Lil Baby. The audience of both rappers suspected a beef between the old friends regarding Gunna's possible snitching, as Lil Baby unfollowed Gunna on social media, which was noticed by everyone. In fact, even Travis Scott unfollowed Gunna. Later, Gunna denied that he was addressing Lil Baby in Bread and Butter.
I can get on here, but I'm just chillin', just see how I go. But they say you want some smoke with me, ain't in my time zone.
If there is indeed a beef between the artists, it can only bring regret, because it was together that they recorded the breakthrough release Drip Harder, which was significant for both of them.
Every other night, another dollar getting made. Every other night started with a good day. I feel like a child, I got booked.
As for Gunna's relationship with Tagger, it's not all that simple. Young Thug himself remains silent, not commenting on what's happening between him and Gunna. It could be intentional, or perhaps he simply doesn't have the opportunity to express himself during his confinement. Nevertheless, news from Young Thug in this regard has been scarce, but impactful. For example, once his social media accounts were updated, and a link to Gunna's new track was pinned as the status. Everyone thought it was a reconciliation, but later Tagger or his managers deleted the link. However, in March there was other information surfacing. For instance, it was reported that Gunna tried to reach out to Thugger but was ignored. A source revealed that Gunna made multiple attempts to contact the rapper, and here's a quote. "Every time he tried to reach out, it fell apart for unknown reasons. He tried to send messages through lawyers, through attorneys, and even through third parties, which is strictly prohibited."
I've been getting it since the time but I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, hell my pocket.
Interestingly, after Gunna returned to the internet, he immediately faced hate from Lil Gotit, a member of YSL and Lil Keed's brother. It all started when Gunna paid tribute to the late Lil Keed, mentioning his brother as well. The second brother didn't appreciate this gesture and expressed his displeasure. On social media, he asked Gunna not to call himself a twin and Keed's brother. It seems that all of this stemmed from allegations of snitching. Notably, there's an ongoing investigation online claiming that Young Thug himself recommended Gunna to gain his freedom by confessing guilt, but this information won't be accurate until Tagger clarifies the situation. It's possible that those who accused Kitchens may turn out to be wrong. Meanwhile, in mid-December, Lil Gotit defended Gunna against attacks from Tekashi. It's unclear what caused such a change in the relationships between label members. Perhaps Gotit learned some information about Gunna but is currently keeping it from the public.
Hey, keep that shit toward Gunna, bro. Don't put my brother's name in shit, nigga. Like, you tripping. I don't give a fuck about none of that. What y'all got going on? Hey, man, keep that. I'm telling you, I ain't playing about my brother. I don't care about no security. I don't care about none of that, nigga. Nigga, get down with a nigga on my mama. Care about none.
Famous hip-hop insider DJ Academics also speaks about the label's internal conflict. Here are his words. YSL has a conflict and a civil war on social media. Gunna was released and tried to test the waters by calling YSL a label, not a criminal organization, and calling for Young Thug's release. And all the other label members look at him and think, dude, you're the reason Tagger isn't free yet. They all disassociated themselves from him right now. However, Lil Gotit responded to this rather calmly. Here's his quote. There's no civil war, nothing like that at all. I don't know where Academics got all this from. I didn't mention Gunna's name. I said no one should dare to use Lil Keed's name for profit or publicity. If anyone shows fake love towards him, I'll let everyone know about it. I won't hide my opinion. None of you were close to my brother, and now you all claim to love him. Don't do that.
Wave, surf, 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 wave, pop up, hurt.
And that's all for today. What are your thoughts on the situation surrounding Gunna and the YSL label? Share your opinion in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye everyone.